Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Time Traveler's Handbook. In this episode, we're going to be talking about Doctor Who Season 12, Episode 5, titled Fugitive of the Judoon. Spoilers ahead. In this episode, the Doctor is surprised to find a previously unknown incarnation of herself living as a civilian in Gloucester after the Judoon arrived to capture her as a fugitive. This is a very surprising curveball from this season of Doctor Who to introduce another version of the Doctor that the Doctor did not know about midway through the season. We'll talk more about the implications of this later when we get to the finale of the season when a lot of this stuff is explained. But at this point, we do not know if this is a future version of the Doctor or a past version of the Doctor that she just doesn't remember. What I did want to talk about just briefly is the chameleon circuit concept from Doctor Who. This has been used many times in the past and we've never talked about it as a mechanism for the Doctor and other Time Lords to hide themselves from humans by changing their biology to human until they activate something to stop that. For example, with the 10th Doctor, he hid himself to protect against a race of hunting aliens and disguised himself as a teacher. The Master has also previously used a chameleon circuit to hide himself as a scientist among a race of almost extinct humans. And in this episode, the unknown Doctor was hiding herself from her previous employers by disguising herself as a tour guide. Activating the chameleon circuit causes the user to not only change their biology to another race's biology, but it also conceals all memory that you had of being a Time Lord. This makes sense on the level of using the circuit to hide yourself, because if you had knowledge of your previous life, it would be more difficult for you to keep it a secret against advanced technology that they might be able to ascertain this information from you without your knowledge. But this also introduces a new kind of way to time travel in that the real you, the one that has all of your memories, does not experience what is going on in between when the circuit is activated and when your memories return. You may retain memories from that time, but you didn't experience that time in between. This, in a sense, is a form of mental time travel, letting you transport yourself from one point in time to another in the future, while not actually time traveling, but by leaving your mind dormant for the time that you are not yourself. While this is barely a useful form of time travel because it's essentially just going to sleep for a long time and then waking up another time, that's the equivalent of it. This is something interesting, and you can kind of view it in that vein as a sort of time travel. Imagine if you snapped your fingers one day and your consciousness shifted to 10 years into the future. That's the kind of thing that we're talking about here. And that kind of a mechanic can be employed somewhere else in a useful way to make an interesting story. That's it for this episode. Next time we're going to be talking about the episode, Can You Hear Me? As always, thank you for listening.